How's it going, my sexy, sex-loving people that love talking about sex, learning about sex, and all that kind of stuff? Welcome to another video. This is another story time video. I'm digging deep into my past and pulling out more embarrassing stories for you guys to listen to in hopes that you will learn from my mistakes and not repeat the same things that I have done in my past that have destroyed sexual relationships I had and may have had longer had I not done these mistakes, or just learning experiences in general. Hi guys, my name is Alex, and today we are talking about the time that I totally ruined my chances of creating a great sexual relationship with someone because of my negativity and my terrible attitude towards sex. So let's go back a couple years. I guess like 10 years, not a couple years. And here I am, a young 20-something-year-old, and I'm just entering the sexual world, I guess. Well, so there I am, a porn-addicted guy that wants to have sexual relationships because, I haven't had many at that point, and I'm trying to, expand my horizons, meet new people, have sexual experiences because, I'm told through everything that is all the rage and that I should be having as much sex as I possibly can. So there's my mindset. I am addicted to porn at this point, and that has really kind of changed my perspective of sex and relationships, where I kind of view sex as almost this nasty, disgusting thing just because the porn has altered my mind. And I think because I was guilty that I was watching porn, I kind of in my mind pushed sex away and thought, like, I don't want to be associated with that because I am already guilty about my porn consumption, and that is sexual in nature. So let's just cancel any sex that I could possibly have in the future. Where am I going with this? Well, I had a negative attitude towards sex. I really wasn't open-minded, and I was really kind of judgmental of other people's past sexual experiences and what they had done in their past. And I'm going to explain to you through this story why that is not a good thing, and why, if you want a good sexual relationship with someone, or a sexual relationship in general, and you don't want it to end, then being non-judgmental, being open-minded is your best bet at kind of securing that. So there I was, like every young person, dating online, using the dating apps and whatnot. And I start talking to this girl, and at the time I didn't have any game. I would just kind of message girls stuff that I thought was funny, like almost trolling stuff, and it wasn't that successful, but every now and then someone would think it's funny and kind of realize that I'm trolling. And so this was the case, and this was a cool girl, and I liked talking to her, and I liked our conversations and stuff, and I took it pretty sexual pretty early on in the conversation, and she seemed to take that and just amplify it by 1,000%, and I was like, what did I get myself into? This is kind of crazy, but I went with it because it's exciting to talk about that stuff with the sex you're attracted to. That's exciting, get to know someone on that level. It's cool, especially if you're kind of sexually inexperienced. It kind of gives you a rush every time you get that message that's like saying that they want you, basically, or they're imagining having sex with you. That's awesome, right? We plan to meet up, and I'm just going to go to her house and just kind of bang, basically, because, that's back in that day, I thought that that's what would equate to good sex, and I thought that was normal, and I thought that's what people are supposed to do, basically, which I don't believe now. So I'll just throw that out there. Not that it matters in this video, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. But anyway, so I get there, I am extremely nervous, obviously, because I felt like I wasn't experienced at all. I felt like I had no idea what I was gonna do when I got there. And so I had no plan of attack like I do with most things in my life, honestly. But so I'm just in there, I'm extremely nervous, and I remember sitting next to her on her bed, and my heart's racing, and we started kissing and making out and all that crazy stuff. And we ended up doing just kind of like foreplay stuff, not actual sex stuff, just kind of foreplay, making out, that kind of stuff. Some maybe touching of places, but nothing beyond just kind of making out and that stuff. Nothing, I would say, like overtly sexual happened there. So we do that for like an hour, and to me it felt like it was like 5 days in hell, because I was just anxious the entire time. My heart was racing the entire time. But that was my experience. But anyway, so we're talking, now we're just laying in her bed and we're talking about sex and all that kind of stuff. And she's being a good sexual partner and asking me what I like and what I don't like, and she's bringing these things up that she likes. And for some reason, me being all high and mighty at that point was kind of shooting down these things and saying like, oh no, I think that's kind of weird, or I don't think I would ever try that because it just seems kind of like gross or weird. And I kept kind of like having this judgmental attitude, and I couldn't tell at the time what it was doing to my sexual partner at that point, because I was just kind of in my head and just saying what I felt at that time. My opinions were totally baseless because I hadn't even tried any of these things I'm shooting down. And I'm being judgmental, and I really had no right to be judgmental because I haven't had enough experiences to even warrant those opinions. So we're talking. We end up actually watching a movie together too. It was just kind of hanging out all day. So I go home and I'm thinking about that whole experience, and I'm thinking, wow, that was kind of cool, and I like her, and it seemed like we hit it off really well and everything was good. But I remember when I got home and started messaging her again and texting her again, there was kind of this distance that was created. And I was thinking this whole time, like, what did I do? Like, I must have said something that turned her off, or she just doesn't like me. Or I was even thinking, like, my performance was so bad during the makeout session that she just didn't want to be with me anymore. But I realized that it wasn't that she was being distant to me, it was that she was being distant to the idea of sex with me. So all of these spicy text messages that we would send each other and all that stuff kind of stopped, and it became more of like a friendship thing. It didn't occur to me until further down the road what I had done, and basically established that we are not sexually compatible, because everything that she was saying she liked, I kind of had this judgmental, closed-minded attitude toward. So I basically made myself not attractive anymore. I basically made myself not a prospective sexual partner by being judgmental and being closed-minded and kind of portraying sexual negativity. And even if the things she brought up weren't things that she actually liked and just wanted my opinion on them, just throwing in any negativity is going to make that person not want to have sex with you. Because what if something they do like also gets that negativity? They're not going to feel comfortable having sex with you because they're going to think that I could be judged for something I do, or even something I like and not necessarily that we do, but it's just like an opinion and I'm going to be judged for it. And sex is such a vulnerable and kind of like mental experience where you're losing yourself in the moment and you're being present in the moment, and you're really just bearing all for this person to see this different side of you. And so if you're throwing in this judgment, this negativity, then that's not going to take that sexual relationship anywhere. It's going to basically kill it, because who wants to have sex with someone that they're going to feel judged by? Especially something as vulnerable as having sex with someone. No one wants to feel judged for these things. We already have so many insecurities and things holding us back in sex. And that is just one more thing. If we're with a partner that we feel is going to judge us, that's just one more thing that we have to worry about now, and that's going to give us anxiety. And it just makes sex not this attractive, fun thing that it should be. And so I wanted to share this story to help any of you guys out. Listen, if you are talking about sex with someone, do not come from the angle of judgment or closed-mindedness. Honestly, you shouldn't have this angle anyway, because especially if you haven't tried any of the things that your partner is talking about, then you definitely shouldn't have any of these ideas of closed-mindedness, because you never know what you like until you try it. And that's the great thing about sex, is that it allows you to kind of lose yourself in this experience and try new things and connect with people on such a deeper level than regular life without sex would allow. So don't be judgmental, don't be negative, because you might meet someone that you really like and really connect with and that could potentially have great sexual chemistry, but you're cutting it off because you're being judgmental, you're being negative, and no one wants to bang someone that is negative and has negative attitudes towards sex, especially if you're negative or judging something that they actually like. So if you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed my story of my sexual failures and learning experiences, and you feel like you learned something, do me a favor and subscribe, because I do daily videos so you can learn a ton of stuff every day and you get to spend time with me, which is pretty awesome, I think. I guess my past sexual partner didn't think so, but you know, I've improved since then. At least I think so. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.